Well, let's try that again. First video didn't work. So, I found this under a rock. Did I say that already? I don't know what this is. I don't know where it came from. What do you think of this? You think it's worth keeping? Should I put it back? I don't know. Look at that foot. Did you see that foot? It's Truman. And anybody who doesn't know, Truman is Truman was a feral cat. Look at that belly. Like an ocelot or whatever that's called. I don't know what he is, and it doesn't really matter what he is. He's a great cat. Very affectionate. He's probably, I'm thinking 8, 9 months old by now. He and his mom. His mom is the one up closer to the window over there. That's Misty. And sister Mindy over there, who's got kittens in the box. We let her have a box for her privacy. They were out with this one. That's Maddie. Once they come in, they get rescue names. Okay. And this is Misty's Promise cats. All these cats are going to stay with me. Not because I want to, because I have to. I don't have any place to take them. And they have some special needs. So this guy acts like a normal cat, and trust me, he's not. As soon as we get, I'd really like to get the last one in here, and then we'll kind of talk about their special needs a little bit. We have this wonderful tree that was donated by one of our most strongest supporters and on our board. We're forming an organization to help feral and stray cats. We're not rescuing cats. We're not bringing cats in to live with us. Even though I did these because they were sick and they needed special attention. They needed care. So they came in. The plan has 3 parts. And the first part is we're going to catch, vaccinate, neuter, spay, and return them to the colony. But we're not going to just leave them there. We're going to go manage the colony. And when I say manage the colony, we're going to provide them food, water, medical care when they need it, keep an eye on them. What will happen once they're altered and they can't reproduce, one of the male cats won't come back. Male cats are looking for females to reproduce with. Well, females will be altered. They'll be spayed. The males will be neutered. He's already been neutered. She's already been spayed. I haven't had Misty spayed because I really don't think she's in the best of health. She's not. She's very fragile still. That one's getting spayed as soon as those kittens are done nursing and they're weaned. This guy here, he's just wonderful. Now I've got 2 more. There were somewhere in the neighborhood of 30 cats in this feral colony, and they were being fed, but nobody was doing anything about the rest of the situation. Truman was blind when I saw him. He was blind because his eyes were covered up in green scabs, green scales. He had a terrible upper respiratory infection. He had eye infections. Look at those eyes, they're beautiful now. Yep. Mama had the same thing. They were sick. It took about a month of antibiotics before they were over it. They've been vaccinated for everything they can be vaccinated against. And he's been altered, she is not. Now, if you've seen pictures of her, how she used to look, and I'm talking to people who have seen this group for the first time, she had a lot of long hair. She was 6 pounds when she went to the vet. She's not much bigger. She eats good food every day. This is as low as their food gets. And there's 2 of these bowls here. They get fed this and soft food every day. So they're getting healthy food. They're getting clean water for the first time in their life, I'm sure. Misty was dumped with her kittens out there at this feral colony. And they're good cats. There's not anything wrong with it. You know, if you see that they're being loving up there. They're not fighting. Nobody's fighting in here. There's 4 beautiful kittens in there. 2 of them look to be, they're white, and they're getting gray markings, which looks a lot like a Lynx Point Siamese. And the only reason I say that is because Carol tells me that, and Carol's my other half, my fiance, and she loves Lynx Point Siamese, and I happen to have one that lives in my house with me. I have 8 cats of my own. We're not rescuing cats. We're helping cats. So don't be contacting me and saying, hey, I have a cat that needs a place to go. You need to talk to a rescue. I'm not a rescue. I'm trying to keep cats on the street alive. That's what we are trying to do. That's our goal. Now, feral cats typically live 2.5 years from what I read, from my research. And, you know, they're prone to predators, they're prone to diseases, accidents, which is really coming in contact with human beings in some form or fashion. Cars running over them, electrocuted by tangling up with some wires they don't belong into. They crawl into compressors in the back of stores during the winter time. They're trying to stay warm. So what we're going to do is we're going to provide them what we provided last year: houses for them to stay in when it's cold. And you can go to the feral colony that we have. There's 2 houses there. They were there for, mainly it started out with Misty, because Misty was sitting in the corner of a concrete block wall, freezing to death in 90-degree weather with snow falling on her. And I gave Misty a house that had been sitting on my porch I made earlier in the fall. It's a medical grade styrofoam container, surrounded by thickly, densely packed straw in a tub, like a storage tub, and then straw on the inside for them to sleep in. Had a hole in the side so they could get away from the wind. I had a collar on it so it kept the wind out and the rain out, but it didn't stay on. And then I put a second one out there, and the first night there were 5 cats in there, including Misty. Truman was in there. Smart, or Mindy now, and Skittles. So that's what we're doing. And there's only 4 or 5 of us. And right now, Carol and I are doing all the work with these cats. Carol has a kitten that I picked up on 9th Street 2 weeks ago. The kitten was near death. Had the same eye problem that this guy had, except this cat, his one eye has totally recovered. The other eye hasn't. That would be Gabriella. Gabriella's about 8 weeks old now, and she weighed a pound when I found her. Completely dehydrated. Who pays for this? Right now, me. I'm paying for it, and don't mind doing it. I'm not bragging about it. I'm just saying that there's a limit to this. I'm not rich, so there's going to be a limit to what I can do. So we're forming an organization, and we'll be seeking funds to help save these cats from suffering. We can't save their lives. We can save them from suffering. And if you don't know about the 3 major diseases with cats, they stay within the cat species, you need to look at it. We're going to do some education, and it's feline immunodeficiency virus that causes feline AIDS. There's feline leukemia, which ravages a lot of cats, and there's actually a vaccination for that. Not for feline FIV, feline immunodeficiency. There's not a vaccine for that. There is one, but it's not effective. It still makes the cat test positive, and a positive test for some shelters or some animal control officials will result in euthanasia, and I'm just not going to do that. I'll just separate the cats. And then you got FIP, feline something peritonitis. Can't think of it right off the top of my head. Look those up. We are posting that on our Facebook group. We have a YouTube site where we post these videos, like this guy right here. This is Mr. Truman. And Mr. Truman loves me, and he loves Carol, and he loves everybody else that comes in here, because he's a wonderful cat. And you got to remember, in April, he was a feral kitten. He was a 7-month-old feral cat. He'd been out there long enough to know that people can't be trusted. And it took about 2 hours to socialize this guy. It took 3 days to do her. And she still has some fear of me. Even though she lets me love on her, when I come in sometimes, she is afraid. Now, Maddie over there is still afraid of me. Let's see if she'll reach out. Quit it, Truman. Here, Maddie, come here. Come here, baby. Truman will quit messing with the camera. Come here. Come here. Come on. She likes for me to feed her temptations from my hand. And I will. And she hasn't bit me yet. And if she doesn't bite me, it's okay. You want to smell my fingers? You trust me? Come on. I can't reach any farther. I'm too short. My legs are not going to move me over there because you'll run. Mindy, Misty. Leave it alone, Truman. Truman likes to be on the camera. He likes to be the center of attention, and that's why he's trying to knock it over. Come here, baby. Truman, leave it alone. Hey, baby. Yeah, we're getting to be friends, aren't we? She had a bad experience at the vet, and she's blamed me for it ever since. Hi, baby. This is my girl here. That's Misty. Misty is who Misty's Promise is named after. So, let's look over here. See those feet hanging out there? That's Mindy's feet. And that little white cat is one of her kittens. The white ones are male, and the two gray ones are female. Whoop, you can't see it. That's what I'm talking about, cats you can't see. Truman keeps moving the camera. That might be part of the problem. So that's Mindy right in the door. Can we see her now? That's her in the door. Now she's about 8 months old. And here, let me see if I can get this around here where you can see. Here, I'll take this off. This is where we're getting wild. We're going to take this off. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Truman. Do we see Maddie and Truman? Yeah, it's Maddie and Truman. So let's turn this around, and then we'll see some kitty. Okay. There's Truman. Now look there. There's one of the babies. His eyes are closed because they're getting gunky eyes, and they're going to go take a trip to the vet. I came in here to clean. That's why this is all kind of a messy right now. And I've got to give them food. Here, Truman's about to knock over the tripod, and there's two. There's Mindy in there. You can't hardly see her, but they like their privacy, so these boxes are good for them. Misty likes to hide in here and in there. Misty knows her name. She's being difficult. See her ears twitch. Hi, Misty. That's Misty. And that's Maddie. Hi, Maddie. Yeah, Maddie. Getting used to human beings and technology. Thank you very much. Then we have the babies again. Let's open this gate very quietly. I gotta go in there anyway. And of course, as soon as I did, we have this. There we go. There's some babies. Yeah, they're getting mobile. And pretty soon this room will be pretty. But to reorganize things because I've tried to get Mindy out so that we can have a little bit of time for her to be out. You need to be out, girl. You need to climb the tree and have fun. And she's a very sweet cat. I used to pet her out at the colony all the time. I wish you could see what they're doing in there. They're just having a good time. Let's see if I can get them in there. Look at that little face. Get those faces. And some of those, they'll need homes. There's no doubt about it. They'll need homes because I have 8 cats of my own. They're my cats. They're not going anywhere. They range from age 4 to almost 13. You know, only Father Time can take my cats. There's Truman. Truman is the star of the show these days. Hi, Misty. All right, we're going to get off here because it's almost been 15 minutes, which means I'm going to have to YouTube this and then share it on Facebook. And I got to clean this up. Every day I pick this up. Every day that guy right there and that little girl right there, throw it all over the place. Wait till those kittens come out. It'll get worse. Okay, say goodnight, guys. I'm on vacation this week and I have projects to do. Can I touch your tail? I'm touching your tail. Ooh, look at there. You didn't know that, did you? I touched your back, too. Can I touch you? Here. That's good, because she used to hiss at me. Good night, guys. I got to clean up.